Hey everyone, welcome to the channel. In today's video, I'll be attempting to earn the Platinum Trophy in Red Dead Redemption 2, but the catch is, I'm going to try and do it in just 40 days. And if you've ever played Red Dead 2, you know that's no small feat. The game is massive, the challenge is brutal, and the grind is real. But hey, I'm up for the challenge, and I want you guys to come along for the ride, so without further ado, let's get into it. Kicked things off by playing through chapter 1 and picked up 2 story related trophies. I also donated $250 to the camp for the first missable trophy. And I got this one just riding around. I decided to stay in chapter 2 and get as much stuff done as possible before moving on with the story, and the 10 rock carvings were first on my list. I also had to play all 4 minigames, that's poker, 5-finger fillet, dominoes and blackjack.
Alright, beds is closed, let's go.
Next, I followed some treasure maps, got some cash and upgraded the weapon, which led to the next trophy.
That is a must for this weapon.
I was going to be doing lots of fishing on this journey, and catching a big fish netted me another trophy. Now, I'll take a second to mention the Skin Deep and Zoologist trophies. These require 152 animals to be studied and 71 of those to be skinned. This will be something to work towards throughout the playthrough, and I'll also have to grab some legendary animals for 100% completion. The 90 challenges across 9 different categories is another huge grind. Some of them are really fun, like lasso drag an enemy or get kills with a certain weapon, and others like the gambler challenges can be torture if you're unlucky, but I got them done fairly quickly. Then I set out to find the 20 dream catchers. And before I knew it, I'd already recovered the stash from 4 homesteads, which bagged me another trophy.
Oh, about time! Now take whatever catch he has on and put it behind Mama.
After that, I turned some of the legendary animals I'd killed into some drip for the self-sufficient trophy. And had my first encounter with a big cat.
That's a big cat.
I was making good progress with the animals and challenges and getting some miscellaneous stuff out the way too.
You like this offer, don't you?
Throughout the game, people in the gang mention needing a particular item. We need to find and deliver those items. I'd already fulfilled 4 requests, but then I needed a thimble.
Jesus Christ.
We had no time to waste, and I quickly set out to find the dinosaur bones scattered around the map. There's 30 total, but I can only find 22 for now, as I don't have access to the state of New Austin at this point in the game. I continued filling up the compendium, studying and skinning every animal I could see, and I found that thimble for Jack.
Here, Jack, I found you a thimble.
Oh, thanks, Uncle Arthur.
That's 3 out of 5 missable trophies out the way, and with the compendium nearly full, it's safe to continue the story. But then something happened. I came across this bull moose, and it spawns outside the map. You'll have to scare this guy down the hill or you won't be able to get his pelt. And just like that, we were done with chapter 2 and moving on to greener pastures. Now at this point, it felt like a recurring theme was beginning to develop. Part of 100% completion involves discovering 48 of the unique weapons in the world, so I was working on these as I went, and as I was travelling around, I'd occasionally get ambushed by various gangs, and grabbing the loot after winning these battles earned me another trophy. And a few hours later, I found myself at the end of chapter 3. I was also going to have to complete 5 bounties for 100%, so I took my chance to get the last one done now. For another trophy and part of 100% completion, I was going to have to complete 10 Strangers mission strands, so I was working my way through those. I was also making sure to get the satchel upgrades to make life easier. You can find iguanas all over the island on the east side of Flatiron Lake. Then I was just one perfect wolf pelt away from the legend of the East Satchel.
Use your legs, that's what you have them for Pete's sake. Don't put your hands hard and fight! Fight! Why does this always happen to me? I just can't win. It's on the line. Oh, no! Spare me, please! Oh!
I finally got that wolf pelt, and the legend of the East Satchel was mine. I got me horse's hair done to celebrate, and then demonstrated me superior wagon driving skills.
You're making a big mistake!
Silly man.
Then things started getting emotional.
Is it too late for us, Arthur?
I can't lie to you. I'm a wanted man, Mary. If I...
Run away with me, Arthur. Run away right now and don't look back.
I want to. More than anything, I want to.
I know you won't run away. But it's a pretty dream. I'll write you.
This is around the time we meet this guy, Marco Dragic.
Hello.
He's a mad scientist who's built some crazy robot monster thing. Now, we'll check back in on him later. But for the trophy Friends with Benefits, we need to complete an activity with a gang member in each camp in chapters 2, 3 and 4. And for the last one, we were helping Uncle rustle some cattle.
You're a jackass. That's it. Thanks for the help with this, Arthur.
After we were done with that, we went to check on Marco and discovered his fate.
Where's your creation now?
Shortly after that, I met this stupid prick.
Algernon Wasp, purveyor of the exotic and the exquisite. Enchanté.
He had a list of exotic items he needed us to grab. This included bird plumes and rare flowers. Now this seems simple enough, but let me tell you, this was an absolute piss taker. You spend hours looking for the birds you need and only find the ones you don't. Honestly, the trouble I went through for a few feathers. I returned to Algernon and he had another list for me. I set out to find the items and then this happened.
You must be real lonely out here, friend.
Hello, mister.
So, you hungry, huh? I got food. I got food inside. Come along. Come here. Oh, you struggled. And you lost. but it was quite a tussle, I tell you. Quite a tussle, my pet. See? Friendship ain't so tough. And neither is you.
Now, there was one thing that had to be done before getting back out there for the exotic items.
Not you again.
Easy, easy.
And it was back to the fever dream. I made me way through the list of exotics and completed a couple challenges along the way. Now, I was collecting items for the next list in advance to save some time, and I ran round for longer than I'd like to admit, thinking the game was glitched before finding a Reddit post on how the item spawns work, which saved me more frustration. I'll be leaving links to all the resources I used in the description. I handed in the items and got yet another list.
The pressure this woman puts me
I was just in autopilot, and it wasn't too long before I had the last item. I returned to Algernon and got another list, and at this point I felt like this.
Help me!
It took about 11 hours altogether to complete all the exotic item lists, and it was probably the spoonbill plumes I spent longest on. 30 plumes. This is some kind of sick joke, to be honest. But after a tough slog to the finish, I had the 30 plumes, and it was basically over from there. Just a couple more flowers, and I'd never have to collect another stupid orchid again.
Are you sure about that?
Come on, girl.
I went back, got the final list, and I was feeling optimistic. On the trip for the last couple flowers, I came across the legendary bear and accidentally got too close for comfort. But this would be the first of many bear attacks I'd have to survive for another trophy, but I'll get to that later. I quickly got through the last orchids and was happy to be able to put this whole thing behind me. I turned the bear into a hat to celebrate and made the final trip back to Saint Denis. I was also due a trophy, which did help to make that ordeal a bit more rewarding. This is when I thought I'd make a start on the hunting requests. These missions are required for 100% completion and an obscure trophy. The task is simple: collect some perfect carcasses and send them to the taxidermist. There's a really nice spot here where you can find virtually all of the animals you'll need. All the small birds spawn on these rocks or fly overhead, and you can find bats and rats in the cave across the stream. You even get toads. I collected all the small animals here and then collected the larger animals at the end of each request. After all that, we got a letter from the taxidermist, and we won't be hearing from her for a while.
Come out! It's over!
Shit! Abigail!
Dutch! Get out here!
I completed a few more story missions and found myself in chapter 5. Now, I won't go into this section too much. There's a few missable animals in Guarme, but they aren't required for any trophies or for 100% completion. It goes without saying, this video is going to have spoilers. The first big one is coming up now.
It's not good news.
I guess that.
You got tuberculosis.
Next, I decided to go after the famous gunslingers. Some of them would also have unique weapons that would help me get to the 48 that I needed. First up, we went for Flaco Hernandez. Next was Emmett Granger. These missions were a good laugh and we got some funny interactions too.
My occupation too, if you hadn't noticed. And children too. Animals, skin folks. Only you ain't worth my time. I got too much to lose.
Too much to lose? Well, seeing as I cleaned up this pigsty, I figure I'm in my rights to wreck it. Let's see.
You don't want to do that? You walk away right now.
Well, well. All I wanted was a quote.
You don't know who you're trifling with.
There you go.
No. No. No! You didn't know!
You just took yourself a regular shit shower, Mr. Granger. Boy, that's real nasty.
You earned yourself a killing. And I'm gonna enjoy it now. Draw! It's gonna be the last thing you do.
Billy Midnight was next, and this guy was nuts to say the least.
Mr. Midnight?
Excuse me, I'm trying to drink.
Mr. Midnight, listen, this won't take a moment. I just want to talk with you about your old days as a shootist.
Get away from me!
Hey!
I didn't shoot him in his sleep!
No one's
I didn't
saying
shoot him
that.
in his sleep, and if I did, it was the only way!
Not a problem. I'm hearing about Jim Boyd Calloway, and no one shot him yet.
I knew you'd come for me! Get away from me!
Mr. Midnight!
It took me a while to realise this guy was a cheat, and the trick is to draw early. Then we went to see Black Belle. She was cool, you know, but we didn't get a weapon out of this one.
All right now, I ain't. You Black Belle? I'd like to talk to you about your Wild West days.
About here.
Yeah, calm down. I'm a legend!
Then we concluded the famous gunslingers with Slim Grant and Jim Calloway.
Come on, draw.
Why?
I said draw, goddammit.
No.
Yes.
Shit, indeed. I'm sorry I shot him.
No, and you didn't shoot him. He did. In the back, after he mortally wounded Slim Grant. Fair and square.
Yes, that's it.
Oh, hey! Where do I send the money?
Send it to Tacitus Kilgore. No, that ain't my real name.
And that was the end of the famous gunslingers. I was helping this guy find his dog and reached max honor level in the process.
Come on, you dumb dog. Hear me? You don't get here right now, I swear I'll step on your paws. Don't make me chase you.
Hope that mutt bites him.
I got a few Herbalist challenges out the way and then got hit with Herbalist 9, where I'd have to collect every single plant, even the ones I'd already collected, so I put a hold on that for now and completed some more missions.
You just focus. Breathe slowly.
My. I was wondering when I was gonna see you again. You take care of yourself, Arthur. That's an interesting choice of hat, if you don't mind me saying.
I should also mention that you'll need one set of 12 cigarette cards for 100%. Pushed on with the story, and it was all going good except for the occasional moment that had me scratching my head. But it wasn't long before we were in chapter 6. And it's during chapter 6 Arthur has a change of heart. Big spoilers from here on out, by the way.
I probably should have.
Take the silver locket for the debt.
Damn the dad. Just get her somewhere safe. I ain't looking for forgiveness. It ain't about that. But don't forgive me. Just take the money and get out of here, please. I know I ruined your life. I suffer for it every day. But don't let yourself get killed for pride. I seen it kill too many folk. Arthur Londonderry. She here?
I'm sorry, feller, but you're too late. Arthur's dead.
The man's dead. What's wrong with you?
Oh, boy, you can't exactly beat it out of him now, can you? You might get something off his widow just across from Butcher's Creek, but I'd hurry. You ain't gonna be the only one a-knocking.
You ought to be ashamed of yourself.
Hey, I ain't the godforsaken moneylender.
You better hope someone in there actually gives a damn about this fool.
Guess we'll see.
After this guy got taken hostage by Man-Bear Pig, I found myself temporarily soft-locked by Dutch being an idiot. But if this game's taught me anything, it's that any problem can be solved with explosives.
All right, let's carry on by foot and try and sell them a little snake oil. You think? It's all I got. Get out of here. Yeah.
Goodbye, goodbye, Mr. Morgan. Goodbye.
Sister?
After wrapping up the last few honor missions, we got 2 more trophies.
Thank you, Arthur.
Including lending a hand for completing all optional honor missions. And that's all of the missable trophies. And I was ready to play through the rest of the story before cleanup. Now it was time to play as John. We played through the epilogue, milking cows and shoveling shit. Then our wife left us, so we put on Arthur's old bear hat and met up with Sadie to do some bounty work. We built a ranch in the hopes to get our wife back and got another trophy. And not long after, it was over.
I'm going to where the sun burns and the heat stays in. Come and come and lay by my side, right here. Brad, I love you and the world. It seemed to make sense when Brother Santo said, oh, one more run be enough. Gonna be enough.
Now it's time for some cleanup. I finally got this trophy for spending $5 across all shops. Then I decided to finish the last hunting request. After sending in the carcasses, I set out to explore the state of New Austin. There were loads of new animals and plants to discover, and the remainder of the dinosaur bones. It was nice finishing what Arthur started. I got a letter from the taxidermist, and she invited me over to give me a squirrel statue.
Oh, we did this together. You and I are both like God now, in a way.
After placing it on the fireplace at Beecher's Hope, we learned that Abigail hates it.
What is that?
It's art.
Oh, that's what they call it.
Now, she's gonna move it all over the place. Every time we put it back, she'll hide it somewhere else. First, it's in the bedroom. Then, it's in the fireplace. Then it's in Uncle's room. Then it's in the sheep pen. Then it's in the barn. And finally, And don't ask me how, she hides it at the very top of Mount Shan. And after picking it up, we get the trophy. It's art.
Silly old woman.
Then we went to see what the archaeologists did with the dinosaur bones we found. Then I thought I'd go and collect the last few weapons I needed and learn the last couple recipes too. That left one weapon, which I just bought from the gunsmith. And it was finally time to start the bandit challenges, which felt weird considering I was doing this as a rich man.
Shit, no, thank you.
Let's go, girl.
Shit. From the hard-working, good job.
Yeah? Uh-huh. I want all the money you got, right now.
All right, then. I'll fight you for it.
Well then, please, just put that
You
gun
better
down.
open that register.
For the challenge, rob or fence 3 coaches in a day. You can just steal a stagecoach from a station.
You got a problem or Now why you hiding?
Rob the contents in the back of the coach and then fence the wagon. Then just steal another and you'll have the challenge done.
Seems to be in order. I'll take it.
Don't need to worry on me. I don't know your face from Adam.
Next, I had to amass a $250 bounty in one state, which was straightforward. Now before moving on, I figured I'd go and get a bounty everywhere else for the bountiful trophy. The trick in Amberino is to stand on this cliff and fire at the fort below. Apparently, the gators prefer live bait. I soon had at least a $250 bounty in every state, so I thought I'd do some fishing to pass some time and wait out the 3 days. I had a legendary fish on the line and was fighting for a while, but then this happened. After dispatching the bounty hunters, I continued fishing and immediately hooked a legendary fish again.
Yep. Whoa, it's you. Marvelous.
I was gonna have to send all 13 of the legendary fish in for 100% completion, but it had been 3 days and it was time to get that trophy. I then decided to go and get the last few animals I needed, and it was only fitting the last animal was the Florida panther.
Rest now.
At this point, I could see the light at the end of the tunnel and could feel the platinum getting close.
You hadn't paid this, and it'd been the rope for you, I reckon.
Now there's a fast way to fence 5 horses for the bandit challenge. Steal a stagecoach and you can sell each horse individually. Then it's just a matter of taking one more horse and you're done. Bought a train ticket and started to rob the passengers for the next challenge. I didn't get enough the first time around, so I decided to get another train related challenge out the way while I had the chance.
Give me all your money. Take it.
Let's take it.
That was Bandit 7 done. Next, I had to fence 7 wagons. Then, I had to hog tie and leave someone on train tracks 3 times. You can just untie and retie the same guy to do it quickly.
I'll plug you. What's that? No way!
Bandit 10 couldn't be easier. Just buy a ticket, and when the train stops, walk to the back carriage and take 1 item. Just repeat this 5 times and boom. It was around about now that I bit the bullet and decided to collect all the herbs, and I can't lie, I wasn't over the moon about having to collect all the orchids again. Try to keep track of what herbs you pick, because there isn't a checklist in-game. For Herbalist 10, I caught some fish and then seasoned all the different types of meat in the game. And soon after, I cleared the last hideout and the 100% completion checklist was looking good. For this next challenge, the best advice I can give is to go to the lighthouse in Van Horn and fire at the town. It won't be long before people stack up in the room below. I actually got quite a few of these challenges done in Van Horn. It's a good place to do them without racking up a huge bounty. For this next one, Hanging Dog Ranch is a good spot, but on my first attempt I had this crazy sequence of events happen. I tried to use this as an opportunity to survive a bear attack, but I don't know what happened. But back to the challenge. This spot here is a good one. You can get this guy by the cows and then run away to reset the enemies, and just repeat this until you get the challenge complete. This challenge had me catch a big fish, which just so happened to be a legendary one. The last survivalist challenge had me catch every type of fish, which did take a while, but we got there in the end. For the 80-foot tomahawk throw, I struggled for a bit before realising the secret is to throw from high ground. I got it done in just a couple attempts trying it this way. After sending in the last legendary fish, I went for Horseman 9, which I actually did first try by following a route which I'll link below. For Horseman 10, you can find most horses in the area around Hanging Dog Ranch. and again, Hanging Dog Ranch is a good spot for this challenge. Disarm 3 enemies without reloading or switching weapon. For Sharpshooter 9, I used a varmint rifle in a saloon and just hope for the best. Sharpshooter 10 was an easy one to finish on, and that's the 90 challenges done. I bought all the upgrades from the Trapper to reach max health, stamina and Deadeye, which left only the legendary fish finale and the graves. So I said goodbye to Jeremy, and that left one thing on the list. But we're forgetting something. I still needed to survive 18 bear attacks for the trophy Grin and Bear It. Now, the hardest trophy to get by far was Gold Rush, where I'd need gold medals in 70 out of the 104 available missions. You get gold medals by completing all of the optional objectives in a single playthrough of a mission. If you mess up, most of the time you need to restart. Some of the toughest objectives come in the form of time limits, which often had me making stupid mistakes. And for some, you couldn't take a single hit. And sometimes, you'd do everything perfectly for some stupid shit like this to happen at the very end. This was a ruthless one, but I pushed through, and after about 12 hours of replaying missions over and over, we got it. And with all the single player stuff done, it was time to head over to Red Dead Online. I created my character and got stuck in. I played through the intro to get used to the new mechanics, and it wasn't long before we got our first online trophy. I had quite a lot of fun playing some of the content the game has to offer, and got a glimpse of how evil some people in this game actually are.
Come on, no! Come on. You're not gonna let some good old boy die because of some Staffordshire china and an argument between a man and his sister. I knew you were greedy. I didn't realize you were evil.
Every 45 minutes, you'll get invited to a free roam event, and when I was first starting out, I was getting terrorised by the opposition. But during one of these events, I hit level 10 and got a trophy for it. My skill did eventually improve, and after taking part in 5 of these events, I got another trophy. And these started rolling in quite quickly, because I soon got 2 more trophies for collecting some herbs and selling some stuff to the butcher. For the next trophy, I had to form a persistent posse. I invited my friend Declan and we played through some of the free roam missions, where I got a couple more trophies related to those. And soon after, I got another trophy for achieving 5 gold belt buckles. These are similar to platinum awards in GTA Online. I kept getting harassed by people, which did make some of this stuff a little bit harder, and I did try standing my ground, but there's only so much you can do. After getting away from those lovely people, I got another trophy for crafting 20 items, and cooking food counts towards this one. It was time to become a collector.
Do you want to be one of my collectors?
This gypsy lady wants us to travel the land looking for sets of collectible items. This map shows the exact locations of everything, and there's loads of different sets to collect. Luckily for me, this activity had a triple cash and XP bonus at the time, so I got to level 50 in just 2 days of collecting. But even without the boost, this is supposed to be the quickest way to level up and make decent money in the process. With all the money I made, I purchased some camp upgrades for the trophy Home Comforts.
If you insist.
Then I went and bought some stable space and filled it with horses for the next trophy. I also crafted some small game arrows for the trophy Non-Regulation. I took part in a series, which is like a competitive match for up to 16 players. Now, my friend Declan had hopped off for the night, but luckily I met this legend who decided to help me get the All's Fair trophy by allowing me to counter his free roam mission. And for the final multiplayer trophy, I just had to play some series until I'd achieved first place 3 times. And I honestly had a lot of fun with this one. The matches were very close and it took me a couple hours, but in the end, we proved we were the real deal. And that was that. All the online trophies done. That was a huge weight off my shoulders. And now all that was left to do was head back to story mode and visit the graves of John's fallen friends. And of course, we saved the main man for last. I wanted to share the platinum with Arthur from the very beginning, and I honestly didn't know I'd get this ending, which was nothing short of perfect.
Guess we're just about done, my friend.
Stand unshaken amidst the crash of words. May I stand unshaken amidst the crash of
And that's it, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. This video took over 300 hours in total to put together, so a thumbs up would be really appreciated. Make sure to subscribe if you want to see more stuff like this, and until next time, peace.